What's up, Phil Riders? This is Zach here at Solar City. A nice July weekend, 2022. Nice hot day. Gonna be over 100 degrees, but it's gonna be a fun day. And look what I have. I had a blue penny man himself. Brent Silver. Are you ready?
Not sure who you're talking about.
Well, it's the first time here, so, but this is gonna be focusing on the attraction of Solar City. And it's gonna be a great time, guys. It's gonna be hot, but it's gonna be fun. It's always a fun time here at Solar City. Welcome to Solar City. This is what I call the best park ever. But first though, we're going to time travel. Not covering God because I covered before, but it's going to be on the other attractions in the park, but
And if you would, please join us.
Alright, now that the national anthem has been sung, now it's time to go time traveling. That was actually my first time being able to airport the national anthem, because typically I'm all the way down here already, ready and about to go to drop and go time traveling. Okay, I'm an early bird when it comes to theme parks. Brent, are you ready for time traveling?
I'm ready for time travel.
You are about to be time traveled.
I feel like I've been time traveling.
So we're gonna go from 2022 to 2022. So we get on at one time, go for another time. You did 4 time travel.
I'm aiming for 18. We'll go 18.
Hey Brent, get from the abyss. When you walk across it, you're gonna hear a sound of, oh, not now though, but typically when you walk across the bridge, they have a sound effect playing of a horse galloping. But they do have a blown glass factory. And right ahead we see time traders, which means that you're a time traveler. And they're all ready to get Christmas time as the lights up already. And of course the iconic time traveler entrance sign. But how about that for a sign?
Pretty impressive.
Yes, it's mesmerizing. Go over here to the left because we're trailblazers. How was your first ride of the day at Solar City?
I successfully experienced a time traveler, and I didn't lose anything or get anything knocked out of my hands. I did hit my foot on the bottom of the car, and I panicked for a second because I didn't know what I'd hit, and I looked down, and it was not a ride structure. It was simply the foot compartment of the car.
And what were you doing the entire ride? You were laughing.
I was giggling like a schoolgirl.
Yes, you were. And it was great. So yeah, Brent finally experienced what is the thing called time travel. So, if you don't know what it is, well, it's magical. It's a not. Time travel is a magical experience. Well, after somebody here had attained to some cooler clothes, we cooled down on American Plunge, didn't we? We cooled down.
That is so refreshingly wet.
Yes. And the funny thing is, when you get multiple riders in the back, you get hit in the face. So all the water is up at the top of your body.
Yeah, I didn't get wet on the initial impact.
You wetter than me.
It was the wave of water after we leveled off. I don't know where it came from. It was just, there was a splash, and then I got wet.
Yeah, it came from the side and hit your face.
Yeah.
And you were wetter than me because the person in front of you was more fun. I was behind you, so.
The person in front of me wasn't directly in front of me. There was a cushion of air.
Yes.
So,
meanwhile,
awesome ride. As far as log rides go, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10.
I will give that a 10 out of 10 because that is the perfect amount of wetness.
Wetness is good, but theming is good.
Yeah.
Duration, it's not that long, and it's a little slow. I like
Yeah.
a little more action in
Yeah.
my log ride.
So I did it off of theming and how wet did it get me, and that is like a perfect amount of wetness. It's enough to cool you down. It's barely soaking, but it's not soaking to the bone.
Go with 7.
Yeah. And now back this way. Oh yeah, we forgot. We never gave time traveler a rating. What do you give time traveler?
Oh, Time Traveler. It's the first rotary coaster like that. Free spin, program spin, whatever you want to call it. First time for that. So riding in the back, I had absolutely no concept of where I was, and not being familiar with the ride at all in real 3D space, I didn't have any idea where I was going. So I would give it a 9, only because
I'll give that 3 H2L because I just want to say.
I didn't experience it all because I wasn't paying attention to it all.
So yeah, it's water. 10 out of 3.
It's a piece of metal.
Yeah. How's that water from the tree?
It's tree water.
Yeah, tree water. Yeah. It's really full of nutrients from the tree.
So what is this?
This is an old queue line from an old ride that is gone.
Okay.
And I believe at one point it did at the attendant queue line for Wildfire when it's brand new, but you don't need that. So, but speaking of Wildfire, well, we're Wildfire now because we were just at American Plunder. What I call it? Wildfire, or I call it Mildfire, because it is a very mild Bolliger and Marriott sit-down coaster. We can go ramp or stairs, your choice.
I'm already halfway down there.
Yeah. And then you'll go back that way, because down that way, faster gets up to get to our Trailblazer entrance, because we are Trailblazers and we're cool. This view never gets old. As Brent said earlier, but not in the video though, but he could sit here and just watch it all day.
I could sit right here and just enjoy this view.
Yes.
Just saw the first coaster
Yeah.
going by, and I can't wait to ride.
Yeah.
That's this.
You ready to ride?
I am ready to ride.
Entrance is down that way, because we're Trailblazers. And we are blazing forward.
All right, solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah, on Wildfire. How about that first drop though?
There was a lot of airtime on the drop I did not expect because I've never seen it before. I enjoyed the ride. The back seat was a little bumpy.
Yeah.
A little more than I'm used to on a steel coaster. Not as much speed overall.
Yeah.
Because you spend you burn a lot of that speed. You spend it.
Yeah.
Wisely on a lot of twists and a lot of turns and a lot of 90-degree banks and some inversions.
Yeah.
So you need that airtime, you need that speed because you're going to spend it before the ride's over. So I would give it a solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah, and Wildfire is not exactly known either for being the smoothest B&M looper, but it's still ain't too bad though, and it's also not known for being the most forceful. However, what it is though is great use and great airtime on that first up to B&M Go 8, so like it is like B&M hyper level airtime on that drop. But the views though, it really got me pulled out. The views in that first drop. Although today I did get a little rip on the Inman loop and also the Cobra roll, so I thought it was running pretty good today. Running pretty good.
Nothing to compare it to, but no complaints as far as how it's running.
Yeah.
It's a little
Well,
bumpy on the rear, but
one day we will get you on Kumba, which is a bigger and better version of Wildfire that is way more forceful. there is a proper way to call this ride. It's not fire in the hole, it's fire in the hole.
Parking!
No, it's fire in the hole.
Parking!
Fire in the hole.
Parking!
Fire in the hole.
Parking!
So we're gonna go to row 1 on fire in the hole because of the surprise. And surprises, right?
I like surprises.
This is a good surprise. It's a cool surprise.
I like all surprises.
It's a refreshing surprise.
Except from the Irish. I don't like surprises from the Irish.
All right, so how was that surprise?
That was a pleasant surprise. Dark rides, always a fan. Some of the theming was really good. Audio was a little saggy in places, so first time experience. I had to kind of put things together. It wasn't, the story wasn't told in a fashion that made sense to me.
But I mean, this ride was built and designed in-house, so.
Well themed.
Yeah.
Kudos for a park taking it up a notch, trying something like that.
And who would have thought that a dark ride coaster would have airtime like that, right?
Surprise airtime and water.
Yes. That's a surprise.
It's a mine ride, a roller coaster, a lot with more than one.
But that was fire in the hole, but now time for a powder keg.
Powder keg!
Right, so how was that mix your own nitroglycerin experience?
I give it a 9 out of 10 fingers for safety.
It would have been explosive.
That's right. I have one left, so that's how many it gets because the other 9 went away. It's rather intense. The takeoff was not as intense as I had expected. And they did a fairly good job of stapling me in, so there wasn't a lot of ejector time. But there was a lot of side-to-side tossing. The drops were substantial. Seemed like I conserved a lot of speed going through the different elements. And I have no idea where the camera was located, so we're about to see what we look like.
Yeah, and I did get airtime because I have a little bit of a food belly here. I'm not fat, I eat well. And when watch the barn here. Hey Brent, watch the barn.
Watch the barn.
Yes. Because when it launches, it has a little trick up the stack. Watch the barn. When it launches, it will do a cool effect. Uh-oh, the barn's on fire. That's kidding, it's not. Oh, it is fire. So, Brent, how was Mystical Falls?
Well, I blew a tire.
Yeah. We're a lot wet and a little dry.
That is the wettest water ride I have been on since the original Rapids Grizzly River Rampage at Opryland, USA, circa 1982. Whatever its inaugural year was, I was there. That's the wettest I've ever been till now.
And we had a full boat too, so that was my first time being on a full boat. I've been on a near full boat, but no, that was all 8 passengers, mostly adults. So that boat took on quite a bit of water.
Mostly adults, a lot, pretty evenly distributed around for weight. We got some serious water.
Yes, honestly, there's a little bit slossing right now. They're slossing, yeah. Yeah, we're slossing big time.
Much more water was had.
Yeah, that boat was water. It's quite funny. And the funny thing is, while we were getting off, it turned 3 p.m., which means that they turned the water temperature down, the water guns up, and they released the slugs.
Really, so, that's right. They said the speed was going up, the temperature of the water cannons was going down, and there was going to be a live shark released in the lagoon.
Yes, and actually, fun fact, Solar City does have a shark here. It's called Bruce. They didn't know that he is next, but he is here though, and I have seen him.
Shark.
Crystal friends, not food.
Sharknado. here, fishy, fishy. Oh, big fish. Carp.
Ooh, turtle.
Carp. Turtle.
Turtle.
Goldfish.
And where does water? There's trash in a ball. Good little human. So guys, as a reminder, if you see a water feature, don't throw trash in it. It's not a trash can, it's a water area. Keep it clean. Because we don't want these guys to die from your trash.
Big fish. Big goldfish.
Yeah.
Keep the hoot. Don't pollute.
Think about your turtle and fishy friends. Don't pollute the water.
Don't be coy. Give a hoot. Don't be coy. That's what I did there.
Yeah.
Don't be coy. It's fish.
You know. Koi with the goldfish and carp. Well, koi with a million with the carp. Koi are just colorful carp. So after a soaking ride on Mr. River Falls, it's time for a nice ride on the giant barn swing.
Barn swing!
Barn swing. So being able to, how was that drop on so that was your first time riding a rapid ride that had a drop on it?
Yes, it was a water coaster river log flume ride hybrid with an elevator that worked.
Yeah. And that drop, if you have a full boat, you will get soaked on that drop. If you're anywhere near that big wave, you're getting wet.
It is not a dry ride.
You can come off fairly dry if you have an empty boat. If you have a full boat, no way. But anyway, time to dry off on the giant barn swing. Are you ready?
I am ready.
We are ready. So how was the giant barn swing?
A lot more airtime than
Yes.
you would think.
Yeah.
The design with the restraint system, I was pretty sure I wasn't going to get the airtime. I was wrong. I got both airtime on both ends of the swing. It's a lot higher than it looks from here. And the perspective of the potential forward fall is onto the barn. Backwards fall, you have no concept of where you are. But as far as swings go, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10.
It's good, yeah, it's fun.
Ride duration, height, all in acceptable parameters. I'm going to give it a 10. Solid 10 on this one.
Oh yeah. It can be longer, but I mean, you can't expect too much of that. But it's time for Outlaw Run.
Solid 10, maybe an 11 if they had a little better music.
Outlaw Run time. Well, Brent is finally riding his first RMC.
That's what I've been told.
Yeah, this ride is amazing, and oh yeah, I mean I got an Outlaw Run here. I mean, I am also doing a Outlaw Run sit. Good, why not? Outlaw Run today, time travel tomorrow. You can go this way. Yeah, well, it used to be that way. It used to be that way. And it changed it. Yeah. It used to be that way, and it changed it.
Time says it's right there.
Simon says go this way.
Simon says
And sweet, 2 train ups.
Good guys always win.
So we just did row 11 on Outlaw Run. How was your first RMC?
It was really nice. Rather intense, a unique restraint system, so I had to physically kind of get used to that. The first drop seemed short, but really fast.
Yeah, but it's powerful now.
It's a lot of airtime, a lot of inversions, a lot of rolls, and a lot of surprises because you can't see
What's coming up next?
what's coming up next. It's a surprise, suspenseful kind of ride like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a 9 because I feel like it could have been faster.
Yeah.
And the drops could have been taller. But a solid 9.
Yeah. But I mean, part of me about not being tall is that it means that it's all hidden below trees, so it's more hidden by not being tall.
Yeah, but I'd like some height.
Yeah.
I'd like some height.
Me too, but
I like the stagecoach theming. Going through the fast pass kind of way, I missed a lot of that, so I'm going to catch some of it on the second run, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Definitely a solid 9.
Yes, yeah.
That next week, a group of people got stuck in
It is stagecoach C and yeah, it's good beaming. Definitely the best beamed RMC. So we just rode Outlaw One again, but this time in row 2. So row 2 or row 11, which one do you like more?
I like 2 a little more. I'm usually a front of the train kind of guy, so I can see kind of what's coming up, especially on a new coaster. Was able to wear the restraint system differently. Still safe and within parameters, but a little differently on the left side versus the right. So I was a little more comfortable.
Yeah, because you did not need to think of breathing in while the ejector restraints.
Do not breathe. Be on the inhale stroke when they tighten your restraint, because then you can't breathe. I enjoyed the we're going to go this way, no, we're not going to go that way moment a little more on the front than I did the rear. I can see it coming. Still, solid 9. A lot of good elements. It is a wood coaster, but it rides like a steel coaster.
I mean, it's a little off a steel coaster because it's still mainly wood, but the track design has more steel on it, which makes it smoother, and also capable of doing the inversions.
Yes, the inversions are a big surprise because you don't see them coming. The drops are good. Speed is good. 90-degree bank turn. Didn't see it coming. Thought you were going into an inversion. Didn't. So, a lot of good moments.
See, I didn't call it liking a lot in the front, but today I preferred it in row 11 because it was just more aggressive for me, and I had stronger airtime back there. Not for me, but in the front it felt slower. But I mean, I didn't front though. But yeah, I did enjoy it today more in the back. Well, time to go to my favorite train ride ever, the Silver City Frisco line, or what do you call it here, the Frisco Silver line. One of the best train rides ever.
I kind of want to see this train come.
Yeah, might as well. Oh cool, we'll be on this train. That's nice. Time to take a ride on engine 504, the largest locomotive here at Solar City. And unfortunately, Brent will not be riding Thunder Racing as recently there was a incident and a maintenance personnel died, and apparently it was from Thunder Racing from what I heard. So Thunder Racing is currently closed. This is sad, but Time Travel though is open. The best ride in the park. Just wrapped up day 1, so I said it was an awesome fireworks. Brent, how was your first full day at Soul City?
Wow, well, how to put this? Learned a lot. If you don't know, I'm relatively new to the coaster enthusiast community, so there's some lingo I'm working on. There is some coaster knowledge I'm working on. So this was all about experience for me and getting out of my usual and new experience, learning some things, riding some different coasters. Had a great time. I'm incredibly exhausted.
I'm not.
But it was well worth it. I'm looking forward to coming back tomorrow and kind of building on the experiences.
Yes.
Riding some stuff that I really kind of liked and want to get a different experience on. And also just a little exploring in the park more around the edges. Lots I didn't see, and we kind of we buzzed by in the time.
I always buzz by.
But I had a good guide, and overall, as parks go, it was fairly clean. Lines for bathrooms and beverages and food was a little longer than I'm used to.
Although we had basically no wait to get dinner.
Although when it did come dinner time, there was no wait. There was like 2 people in front of us.
I mean, we only had really a line for you getting water at the concert.
Yes, that was a crazy line. Don't do that. And the Fast Pass, in this case for me, was well worth it.
Yes.
If I were by myself, I don't know if I would go to that extra expense.
Or if you do what I do and you have a season pass, let's get the season Trailblazer.
Yeah.
And it pays off in free visits, free to full visits.
It's all about options. I enjoyed the park. The people seemed pretty friendly. A little different brand of family entertainment than I was used to. Liked it.
The staff is very friendly. The crowd is very polite, not rowdy at all.
The crowd was a little different than the typical amusement park. There are some extreme thrill rides. I mean, Time Traveler.
It's pretty extreme.
It could be a family coaster, but only if everybody's a nut job.
Yeah.
But there's also an element of some older people, and they're here for the different, the artesian experience, the food, the shows, the shopping and stuff, and that's kind of neat because that breaks up a lot of the same old crowd.
Yes.
So it's good to see those people out.
Yeah, I mean,
not a lot of little kids.
Yeah.
Not a lot of little kids. I think the hills, the extreme hills, lend themselves to we don't want to rent a stroller.
Yeah. And also too, I mean, all the little kids rides are on basically 2 areas. So.
Well, and we kind of buzzed through one of those.
Yeah. Well, that was more of a family area.
It was
yeah.
It was a little bit of family. The other kids section was right around the corner from the swings. Okay. The swings that they have is relatively identical to Hollow Springs,
but not as
Holiday
good.
World. The seating arrangement is different.
Yeah.
The seats are not as near as comfortable.
And the cycle is not as long.
The cycle is not as long.
And it just feels smaller.
It feels smaller because there's a lot of tree growth that is around and over it. But I think based on the number of seats that were on it, I think it's the same size, just a different arrangement of those seats.
Yeah.
Apparently the Howler has a twin, sort of.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to check the track length.
It's the exact same model. Exact same manufacturer.
The legs seem a little shorter. I don't think it's quite as high, but that may be just a elevation issue. But you make 3 laps instead of 2, and there's no pause.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah.
Pause to pause joke. But neatly themed, but not over the top themed. You had to kind of know what it was going in.
Yeah, I mean, this is not like Disney level immersive, but it's more than what you get as like, Holiday World. It's more of a, hey, I know that I am in the past kind of feel.
Everything had a historic steampunk-esque feel. Everything did, and that was kind of neat. That it was not broke into pieces. That everything revolved around that one central theme. That was kind of neat. The coasters were well themed. The pyrotechnics and all that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a great, well-rounded park, and it's just a blast to come into and just walking around and kind of getting lost in it.
I have no idea where I was most of the day. A lot of dead ends. There needs to be some editing of the travel path for the guests, because
That'd be kind of hard to do, though.
several times I get off a ride and you're in a dead end.
Yeah.
There's just a service
Yeah.
gate, and without any signage, it's just nope, can't go this way.
Yeah.
So then you're stuck with the well, now what? So a lot of dead ends. So I spent a good bit of the time getting on the ride to get off a ride to loop back around to where I started.
But luckily, though, if you come on a day that is not completely swamped, the app does a great job of being able to navigate you around the park. So on days when you get a good signal and after do stuff, the app looks great for navigating around the park. So
I would have to try the app, because I'll tell you, I had terrible success hooking onto the Wi-Fi at the park. I did it successfully right off the bat. It just didn't stay, and then it had a